Hey yo, this is BrandNewMac bringing you a patch breakdown of patch 1.2 on EA UFC. Gonna go over the gameplay changes and what I think of the new fighters. So I'm gonna start with the new fighters. The new fighters are Matt Brown, Mike Kapal and Stipe Miocic. Matt Brown's rated 91, 92 for stand-up, 87 ground, 88 sub. He's got pretty good stats. I think he's got the second highest reach out of all the welterweights, and his striking feels really quick. He's got decent fighter abilities. He's got higher altitude, weather and storm, swing for the fence, razor wide. Matt Brown basically lets you just stand there and be Matt Brown and just go crazy. I think he's one of the better stand-up fighters in the division, and he's a lot of fun to use. Mike Powell's rated at 89. He's got 89 stand-up, 87 ground, 88 sub, a bit of an all-rounder. He's not as good as Brown, obviously, but his game plans, his fighter abilities, I don't think there's anyone else with a mix like Mike Powell's in the game. Targeted cruelty, opportunist, it's very good for setting up, getting someone rocked, and then obviously abusing opportunist. Fight dirty and sinister gates, both really strong as well. And obviously he's got that mullet, which makes him OP. The last fighter is Stipe Miocic. He's rated overall 90, 92 stand-up, 88 ground, 86 sub. Again, another all-rounder. He's decent to play as, but doesn't really set the world on fire, and he's only got 3 fighter abilities. Fluidity, stop here, marathoner, all good in their own right, but only 3 makes him a bit weak. But if he's stand-up fighting is your kind of thing, rangy, and Stipe is the guy to play at heavyweight. On to now the core gameplay updates. They've added referee TKO stoppage. This isn't going to be seen that much. I think the most times you're going to see a TKO stoppage is if you rock someone really badly, go into mount and they have to cover up and you just drop elbows. That's the only time I've seen it so far. I don't expect to see it that much, but it's a nice addition to the game. I'm glad it's in there. They've added in the ability to catch kicks. Now, catching kicks can only be done when the person who's kicking's got low stamina or they've got leg damage done to them. My main feeling on it is that they added it to stop those people that will just consistently do spinning kicks as Barrow or Jones, because if they do that now, you can catch it really easily and just get the takedown. Also with catching kicks, if you catch a kick to the body, you'll knock the leg out from underneath them, but you won't necessarily go into guard straight away, you just stand there. And if you catch a head kick, you follow up with a full takedown, so that's another thing to think of. They've added new get-ups from guard. If you go to do the old sweep from guard that used to take you to mount, that's now a get-up and it's really quick and it's really, really hard to stop. They've also added the sweep is now advanced transitions, that's left bumper and a transition left or right, and that'll take you back to mount. That's a lot quicker than it used to be, and I've seen a lot of people being getting sweep recently. It's still pretty easy to block, but it can sneak through if you're not ready for it. They've also added a get up from back mount, so if you've been back mounted and you click in your left stick for a stand up, it's pretty easy to block, but the animation's really nice. They posture up and shake them off the back, and it looks really good. Another thing they've changed in terms of takedowns is the single leg that you take to side control now puts you in half guard. Gameplay wise, balance wise, it makes a lot of sense. The 2 normal takedowns, which are easier to land, now only put you to guard and half guard respectively, whereas if you take the risk and go for a big power takedown, it takes you to side control. So it's definitely worth trying to sneak in a few more power takedowns. Oh, and they've also added taunts for anyone that wants to do that. That's just left or right on the D-pad, which some people's got good taunts. Mike Bisping and Nick Diaz are the 2 people I've played as who've got like a good selection of taunts. Everyone else has just got like standard ones. That's just another thing you can do since the patch. Finally, they fixed side control and the clinch. So there used to be a glitch in side control where if you hold one way and block transition, you couldn't get up, you couldn't get back to half guard, you just couldn't do anything. That's been fixed. And the clinch, I'm not sure how many people are aware about it, but there was a glitch with the clinch where you could just flick your stick, hold right trigger and flick your stick relentlessly, and it would deny all transitions. So yeah, I'm really glad they fixed that. That was the 2 most prevalent problems for me, and there was the odd 1 or 2 people online that would always try and cheese people with that. So that's really good they fixed that. Now to submissions on this patch. Submissions are going to be really, really huge now. Now, you'll have noticed pre-patch that when you went for a submission before, as you were applying the animation, the other fighter would regenerate stamina for no reason. That no longer happens. So if you take someone down now and they're no stamina, it's a perfect time to go for a submission, or if someone's not managing their stamina on top correctly, you can catch people off guard. That, to me, I think will be a real game changer. And staying on the subject of the ground game, they've reworked nearly every position on the ground to have a different transition window and denial window the length of time. So pre-patch, half guard was the most dominant position on the game because you could land really effective and powerful strikes when you were postured up, and if anyone blocked, you could just go straight to mount, and it was super hard to block. You had to preempt it almost, or not almost, you did have to preempt it. So they've retuned all these kind of things, and things like the get-ups. The get-ups are a lot quicker. People seem to get off of the floor so quickly now. It's so hard to keep someone on the ground. You've got to be really good at the ground game to keep people down. Another ground improvement is that they've given you the ability to hold people's posture down, so you can break their posture just by holding right trigger. This just costs a lot of stamina though, so you have to be careful. They've got a few bug fixes where fighters now can change stance while they're blocking. They've fixed some things in career where Crucifix wasn't available, and they've also had a tune of the AI, and the AI will become a lot more aware of the stamina they're using during the fight, so that's good for anyone who likes to play CPU. They've also removed pause from all online game modes, which is a huge plus. Even though people were getting their loss, people would still quit during submissions, and there was a couple of people out there that playing online, they would press pause and try and get free stand-ups out of it and things like that, so just removing it altogether is really good. They've also changed Little Nog's stance and Robbie Lawler's and Little Nog's power and left-hand damage. Apart from that, it looks like a really good patch. It's a good update, and that's going to basically do it for the patch 1.2 rundown. And if you've got any questions, get at me at BrandNewMac on Twitter or leave a comment below. Peace.